If you want energy in your life, get you a rap star. I got me one.
All I wanna be is a rap star when I grow up. Bust shows on BET when I blow up. Fans from miles away, they gon' show up. POC is what the crowd gon' go up.
Welcome to the kickoff of season 1 right here on the Saxahontas Show with me, the queen of crazy, goddess of sexy, and the first lady of cool. Yes, I'm crazy, sexy, cool, baby, just in case you didn't know. So sit back, relax, and get ready for an extra, far from ordinary, quite legendary, ahead of secondary, this very revolutionary show. And as always, stand firm in peace, solidarity, and with purpose. Without further ado, today's special guest has such a vibrant and wide range of sound, has released 2 albums, performed with artists such as Algebra, Tank, Johnny Gill, Case, Erica Badu, and Candy Burris, just to name a few, and recently opened for Morris Day and The Time. He is none other than the one, the only minister of vocal music himself, my friend, John Yung Vokalz Bell. Let's welcome him to the show, y'all. Oh my, where do I begin? First, let me start off by saying thank you for agreeing to come on the show with me, because you could have been anywhere doing anything else. And so you took the time out to come do the show with me. So again, thank you so much. So,
no problem.
With that being said, let's dive into who you are. Give us a synopsis of John Bell and how Yung Vokalz came to be.
I am just a product of a single mother of 5. I'm the oldest son. I grew up in a church, and I was singing all through elementary, middle school, high school, and then, professionally after high school or whatever. I'm just a singer who loves to sing and have a good time on stage. Yung Vokalz, the name actually, YUNGVOKALZ, is actually was given to me by a barber in the hood where I'm from. So he actually gave me my name. He said, "Man, you're gonna be Yung Vokalz, man." And I took the O out of it because I know I'm not young age-wise. So I just kept it YUNG and Vokalz. But I'm just a guy who loves to sing and love music. So I'm just a product of the Frankie Beverly's, Marvin Gaye's, Luther Vandross's, Frank Sinatra's, whatever I find any kind of inspiration, that's what I'm a product of. So that's how I got here.
Amazing. And so I first met you at it was St. James Live. And so I've told you the story about me and my best friend. It was like her birthday weekend, and we were trying to choose somewhere to go for her birthday. And so seeing you perform live for the first time, and we're both like, oh my God, this brother is so amazing. Like the whole entire band, is amazing. So we can't forget about the movement. So it's Yung Vokalz, and the movement. And so do you want to tell us a little bit about the movement, or, any of the bands that you've performed with, or how did the movement come to be?
On a deeper note of the movement, I don't want to say on here, but the movement is it started when I left the first band I was in, and I thought it was going to shut down the movement of my musical career, and we just kept moving. We called it the movement, and we ain't stopped moving since. So pretty simple. The drummer, I think Lee, the president, is what we call him. I think he came up with the name actually. So we just stuck with it and rolled with it, man. And we've been moving thank God ever since. And glad to have a good core group of guys around me who are willing to learn and grow and do things for me, myself, and as well as their family and their whatever they have going on in life. We honestly became a family of brothers, and I wish I could change it to Young Vokalz in the family, but I can't do it. So it's got to stay the movement. So yeah, that's how we came about, and we've been rocking ever since.
Oh, that is an awesome story. I really like the move, and like you said, you guys are on the move, and you for sure. So I had the opportunity to actually watch some other people listen to your music, and so
Okay.
listening to those people, it was like, oh man, he like the Luther Vandross and the Stevie Wonder.
I like a lot of the changes. The changes, it was giving me a lot of church influence. What a lot of Luther influence. I heard a lot of Luther Vandross in there.
I did like the different melodies because he gave me the vibes he was giving. Was like, how Stevie Wonder had like the different like rhythm in the sky type going up and down with the different orchids and instruments. So just that alone had me intrigued. So I definitely want to hear it again.
Absolutely.
Because again, it shows that he has an old soul with music and that he's trying to follow the Luther Vandross, the Stevie Wonders. And even in today's time, he would be like a Miguel, kind of how Miguel was peculiar with the things he would say and the different little melodies and stuff he would use. That's the kind of vibes I was getting from the song, but I need a round two.
So can you tell us a little bit about your sound? I know you said that you cover music from these different genres. Like, do you have any form of vocal training, or is it just raw Young Vokalz?
Man, I wish I had some form of vocal training. Only vocal training that I really had was I went to school and I was in the choir and stuff like that. But no, nothing outside of that. I think I learned to sing and perform just from mocking people's voices. Luckily, my mother and my auntie and grandmother kept us around music. So everything that they, played in the household is what I grew up listening to and singing and performing. My brothers and my sisters and Jayla Jordan, Jessica and Justin, and my name is John, of course. I'm the oldest of 5. So all of us kind of, sing. Everybody except Jordan. Jordan can't hold a note in the bucket, but other than that, he one of my biggest fans, and we all are pretty much the singers now. My grandmother told me that there was somebody early on in our generation that would sing, but I'm not not out like this abroad.
Oh, wow. And it's funny you keep saying 5, like you're the oldest of 5. And so you actually have an album named 5. And so I understand that there are 2 albums. So would you like everyone to know about like those first 2 albums and what inspired you to write those albums?
Yeah, no doubt. My first album was called R.I.P. And it was just kind of like a killing of this new R&B that has no soul or no feeling to it. So I made a bunch of songs. Actually, a quick story. One of the songs on there was called "Hurt Me," and it's one of everybody's favorite. And everybody loved the song. And I actually cried the whole time while making the song because I was going through it. Yeah, it was tough. So that's R.I.P. Then 5 came out. I was prophesied it over by one of God's prophets, and it's actually one of the intros in the album.
I don't know, my brother. I don't know. What's his name? What's your name, my brother? John, the Lord has you, John, on a very particular road. Very particular road. It's a unique road. There's a fork coming in the road, though. There's a fork, and you're going to have to choose the path that you go. One path is going to look good. The other path is going to look a little rocky. Be careful which path you take, and don't be deceived by how they look. Because there's a place that God wants to take you. And there's some things that God's taking you through to get you to. And the challenge that you're facing now is you see what it looks like. But at the same time, deep down inside, there's something else that God is showing you. And in your mind, you've adjusted to the way things look. Don't be moved by those things. Trust what's in your heart. Trust what God put in there. Because God's going to use you. And there's some doors that you're not only going to break open for you, but they're going to break open for some other people too. Okay? So some of the stuff you're going through, and there's some original stuff coming from you. Some original things coming from you. There ain't gonna be nobody remakes, nobody, and I don't know anything about you. There ain't gonna be nobody's makeovers. They're gonna be yours. They're gonna be original. They're gonna be fresh. And they're going to come up out of the depth of your spirit. Some of it you ain't even going to know. I see you waking up in the middle of the night, starting to write with a pencil, just starting to put stuff on paper. I see it. I see you sometimes getting up in the middle of the night and beginning to worship and thinking you done lost your mind because you done worship for 3-4 hours and now you got to get up. But I'm telling you, God's about to take you to a place because there are some burdens and some yokes that God has assigned, has anointed you to break in the earth. And those things are going to be broken by the strength and the power of the anointing that's on your life.
I remember giving away 5 pair of Richard Jordans. I remember, stuff that revolved the number 5. I would always see the number 5 a lot. And that was 5. 5 has her melody and a lot of other stuff on it that's still on YouTube. I think I'm going to go back and do some stuff off the first album. But this 5 was the first completed album. Now my new album, Love is War, this is my baby. It's a more mature sound. It's a more focused and a more grown sound. I kind of learned to deal with the pain that I've been through in past relationships and experiences with friends and family and associates and old band members, new band members. Kind of just took it all and just put it in this album. So it's pretty good. Also the passing of my uncles and I put God on the album. So it's a great project all around. I can't wait for you all to hear it. So definitely.
Thank you. So I actually was going to segue into the new album. So thank you for going ahead telling us about it. And so I actually got the luxury of taking a sneak peek or a listen to one of the songs. And so that song is called Distance Hurts. And so I love the song, by the way. Beautiful song, different transitions. And so a couple of other people gave them a sneak peek to the song, like a blind reaction. And so from that listen, oh my God, people talked about your voice. Like you can definitely hear Luther in there. You can definitely hear, a couple of more other people's voices like Stevie Wonder. And so tell us a little bit about your recording of the song.
I actually had the instrumental for about 2.5 years, maybe 3, if I'm correct, maybe longer. I got the instrumental from a guy that went to Berkeley named Bailey Hinton. Shout out to Bailey Hinton if he happens to see this. He sent me the instrumental. It was so difficult to write to, and I actually wrote the song 2 days before I recorded it. It doesn't have a metronome or a drum pattern, so it's one of the hardest songs I ever recorded. So if you listen, you'll hear the piano doing things, and you'll hear certain things happening in the track, but it was because I had just literally freestyled the whole song. When I got to the studio, I just had the words, and I had to kind of feel my way through. But Distance Hurts, I had moved from Alabama to Las Vegas, and the person who I was dealing with, the person I was dealing with was far away from me, and it kind of, and I made the song Distance Hurt. I actually had the words, I got the words when I got back here, and I just happened to write just what I experienced and how I felt. And it's kind of hard, but I didn't shed any tears on that one. I just wrote it, and it just took me some time to write. So definitely a dope song. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely beautiful, you know, the transitions and all of those different things. And so that just speaks to who you are as an artist. You saying there was no metronome, and you know, you wrote the song in like 2 days and you recorded it in the studio.
I wrote it in 2 days after having it 3 or almost 4 years. So I couldn't write to it mentally. I couldn't. I just had a writer's block, and all of a sudden, right when I booked the studio session, it just came to me, and I woke up out of my sleep and just scribble, and there it was. So hope they like it.
Yeah, definitely. And so, you know, that album, Love is War, is going to be dropping sometime this year, right? And so
yes.
We'll do like a little follow-up and, you know, different things to let your fans and future fans know when the album is dropping. And so I'm trying to think if we like need to cover like anything else. Is there anything else that you would like people to know about Yung Vokalz?
I would like people to know about me and a nonprofit that I'm bringing on. And it's for the kids and the elderly generation. I used to work at a nursing home, and I was a supervisor at a nursing home. And I just seen what it would do for the older generation when I would sing for them on like Christmas and holidays and stuff like that. A lot of people forget about the older generation once you put them in a nursing home or retirement center. And I would just bring them joy in my singing, using my gift. I wouldn't charge them nothing. I just go in there and sing and then go back in the kitchen and work. So I've met a lot of people from Broadway. I met a lot of old New York Fire Department. I mean, NYPD people, LAPD people who would tell me about the mob and crime syndicates and stuff like that. And then I met the guy who did Broadway, who was on Rent and Bye Bye Birdie and West Side Story. I met a lot of people from it. So I just wanted to, give back to the older generation. And I also help the younger generation because they don't have any leadership or mentorship. I think that they don't think it's cool not to travel and not to be, on the streets and stuff like that. They think it's just cool just to sell drugs and talk about, women and do things that's so regular now. So these are all the reasons that I decided to start this nonprofit. It's called MOVE, Music Over Violence Everywhere, MOVE. So I'm excited about that happening as well. I'm just here to do what I can to help lead something and leave a mark in the world. So that's why I'm here.
Wow, that is so amazing. It's so great to see someone doing something so positive, especially being a male role model. And so not only do you sing and bless people with your voice, that also you're giving back to the community. Like you said, sometimes people, they forget sometimes. And so that is so amazing. And speaking about you meeting, different people in different areas and different walks of life. So you did have a performance, not this past weekend, but the weekend prior at St. James Live. And so something spectacular happened. I actually have the video. I'm going to come back and I'm going to play it. That St. James released the video to me. So can you tell us a little bit about what happened at St. James Live?
Well, 2 ladies, and that's why I say Black women are very powerful. Sean, and which is now she adopted me as a little brother. Sean and Ursula, they came to the show. And we did a dedication to Silk and some other artists, Mick Edition and somebody else. And she was like, I'm Lil G's sister. I'm like, no way. No, don't lie. And she really was. And she didn't even know we were doing a Silk dedication. She just happened to be there. And we did, and then she rent and rave, and she just supported us. She supported her, Shawnee as well. Shawnee, Ursula, and Sean. They supported us, they support. And then she's like, I'm gonna bring G and the rest of Silk, who all can make it to the show. I'm like, oh my God, this is like legendary. So, it's getting closer and closer to time, and I'm not nervous. I'm not ever nervous, but I'm anxious just to let them hear what we do. And they got there, they showed up, man. I met Tum Tum, Jimmy, Lil G. I met the wives, the whole clique or whatever. Certain members couldn't be there because they live out of town now. But it was amazing. We met up with him. He came. It got so good to him. He came on stage and grabbed the guitar and he performed. And after that, I went and kicked it with him for the rest of the night. I get home at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow, that is amazing. The life of an entertainer. Yeah.
I don't stay out long. I do my job and go home. But this is one night that I have to kick it with, like, literally platinum artists.
Yes. And so I see great things from you in the future, because looking at that performance, and it's like, I wasn't there physically at the performance. And so I actually, one of the members, Nico, went live. And so watching the live, and you could just feel, like, even through your phone, you could feel the energy in the building. And like, the energy was so crazy till it's almost, in my opinion, that Little G couldn't resist coming on stage, because you guys had set the atmosphere in such a way, like, he was feeling the music. So he just had to come on stage. And when he did, he killed it. As usual, but like, speaking to the ones out here who were, watching, you guys, when we show the clip and you're going to see Lil G come on stage, and he's just going to be, it's like they've performed together already. It was two legends on stage, Yung Vokalz and Lil G, G7.
Yeah. And shout out to Nico, and shout out to Jimmy and his project coming out, Jimmy Gates of Silk. And I hope I ain't said the name wrong. And Lil G with G7, their albums are out, their products are out. I hope to do some collabing with those guys. Me and Nico, shout out to Nico, and the rest of the guys in the band that played, Sean Michael Ray, Byron, Donald Shipman, Barry, Dalen, leader prayers, and you know, I just want to continue to keep putting on a good show and bringing people from Birmingham and giving them an opportunity to show other states the talent that we have. So that's why I'm so adamant about what I do and how I help people. So
Right. Well, look, I definitely thank you so much for coming on and sharing. And so we're going to keep your people updated, your audience, your fans, your future fans. And so we're gonna let them know about the album when it's dropping and album release and all of those things. And so it is so wonderful. Look, I almost hate to let you go, but I know you have other things on your agenda.
yeah, but honestly, I thank you so much for being a big supporter of me. I thank you so much just for having me on your platform as well. Thank you so much for what you're doing for the culture as well, because this is something that will get looked at over the years, and they'll be like, oh, where can I go find her? And hopefully it stems out for you as well as me. And we could put this all across the world and let people see it and enjoy it. Like I said, we'll come back and do right before the album starts. We'll come out and do another session. And I'm just happy to be here. Thank you so much for considering me being one of the first guests on the show. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing what you do. And thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yung Vokalz, everyone.
Y'all be blessed.
Yung Vokalz Bill checking in with the Young Entrepreneurs today. My name is Justin Evans. Thank you guys so much for supporting our movement. Make sure that you share this interview, tag a friend, comment. Peace, love, and blessings to you all. We'll see you guys next time.
That was beautiful. Oh my gosh. But I felt that. Oh, that kind of hit me.
Yeah, that's all with the boss.
I was wondering if you would go home with me tonight. How that sound? Oh, I gotta convince you? Touchdown. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Take a look at me, baby. Am I everything that you need? Cause looking at you, I can see you're everything that I want. A sweet lady. The night is yours if you let it flow so easily. You won't regret it. Cause what I'm looking at right now, I'm taking home with me. I bet you won't touch me. I bet you won't test me. I bet you won't taste me. Do me. I bet you won't touch me. I bet you won't taste me right now. Now the playing games are over. Oh, why don't you come over, baby? You know we can play a game like if I score, you strip. yeah. Feel me, pretty baby. Kiss me all over, lady. Show me just how good it feels with your love. I bet you won't touch me. You can do whatever you want with me right now. Listen, baby. You are the flyest
girl in my eye. Yeah. So just stay with me. Only for tonight, though. You
I'll get her before my home record. Flexing is my game and I'll sweat her to find out she's a good kind of lover. Undercover, is it butter or will I make waste of her? I'm just playing, or will I really not? I'm trying to tickle that little hot spot. So would it be a tragedy if you let me? I hope your boyfriend is mad at me. Yeah, it's a good move, you move me, baby. Yeah. I'm square as a pool table, twice the green. We're still a nigga off a metal piece, baby. You might wanna roll with me. Smooth as ice twice, and I ain't had a bad day in my life, baby. Tell your boyfriend you ain't coming home tonight. You leave with me, baby. This how we do it. Over here, hey, hey. Come on. I bet you won't tease me right now. Bye.
If you want energy in your life, get Rap Star.